Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws, in the building. Got my man Aaron in the building rocking out. Hey, Aaron, was that the greatest playoff football game you ever seen in your entire life?
Of all time. Has to be.
Dog, this game was ridiculous. Dog, from start to finish. I've never watched a football game that literally had so many turns in the storyline, drama throughout. Like it just was crazy down to the very last second. Not even a minute, the last second. Uh I know you had Kansas City Chiefs coming in winning this game, but did you have them winning it like they wanted though?
Nah, of course not. Um, Matthews going out early in the game. Their secondary was getting torched. They had Alabama break the wide receiver touchdown record. He got more touchdowns in one game than Jerry Rice. The best Bammers you ever heard of, making DBs fall. Like it was bad. The defensive play calls were bad. Spagnuolo might have to get fired after this trade, even though they ended up winning. But it was
Dog, you
just the
can't
secondary was
fire them if
terrible.
you won.
Why can't you?
Bro, the numbers was ridiculous. So let first of all, Josh Allen threw for 329 yards, four touchdowns. The Batman
They
had
lost the game.
68 yards rushing. He no, he did everything in his power to win this game. And honestly, if it was any other quarterback that he was playing against, he would have won.
That's a W. It's a
That's
W.
a W automatic. Matter of fact, after the last touchdown to Gabriel Davis, I went on my little live Joan was like, oh yeah, this Joan over, young. Shout out my man Ralph. I'm starting to give. I thought the Joan was finished, and here
13 seconds,
comes
dog.
Maga Mahomes, dog, in the clutches of the game. Is the Bama the most clutch quarterback we seen already?
I don't think you could say that with Brady still being in the league, and he only has one Super Bowl. But he is the most. He has the highest 99s in the most categories
Dog,
of any quarterback that's ever played. Because Brady doesn't
dog,
have his talent, even though he's been clutch and won. The dude
mhm.
talent is off the charts in almost every category.
Dog, off
And
the
he
chart.
struggled
First of all,
early on.
he started the
Like
game
early in the
running on the Bamas.
yeah, early in the season when they first transitioned from that big play offense to having a
Mm,
dink and dunk and
take
take what
it
the defense
down.
gives you, he struggled. It took him a while to mentally adjust to, because it's hard when you got an arm like that to just take the check down, to take the crosser. Like it's hard. Like the Bab was having internal battles, but at some point during the season, like about week 6 or 7,
It just
stuff started
clicked.
clicking.
Dog,
And
it
now
just clicked.
they didn't lose the ability to hit those big plays by focusing the offense on just taking what the defense gives you. So now they just have an entire mix of how they can whoop you. If they had even a C plus defense, it would be unfair. It would be unfair.
Dog, the final score of the game was 42-36. If you missed this game, bro, like I don't know what, like if you missed this game, you missed the single greatest football game you'll ever see live on television, dog. Because literally, it was impossible odds in this jump. Though a kicker who was sussy the whole year, Bama just missed kicks in this jump. Extra point he missed. When the game was on the line, this Bama came through kicking like Robbie Gold out here and just, shout out to Robbie Gold because he also hit a game winning kick. But I, this game was amazing, bro. I think in the last 2 minutes, then they scored like four touchdowns.
25 points scored in the last in under 2 minutes. And then that doesn't count the touchdown in overtime. So yeah, it was crazy.
Dog, and that's never been done ever in the NFL before. Uh Dog, this game was so crazy. It was just back and forth. It was some defensive stands in there, for a quarter or two, because Buffalo, Kansas City, they only had four. It was a 14-14 at half. So it was pretty, you know, lockstep and barrel. It wasn't like a sheer like blowout. One team just got ahead and had to come back. They were really neck and neck for much of the game. But the last 2 minutes, dog, it's like they just took the settings off on Madden, just put them jumps on easy and was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. Dog, Tyreek Hill, bro.
Real.
Is he the unsung? It gotta be Gabriel Davis, dog, as the unsung hero, dog. This Bama was looking like
I mean, you
Jerry
can't
Rice
be
in
a
his
hero if you
prime.
lose. He
You right,
did. It's like the
dog.
Avengers. Daniel snapped his fingers and he disappeared. So regardless of what he did before the end of
Dog,
the movie, he gone.
dog, Bama might have walked himself into a mega contract off this Joan, dog.
You
He
know
was catching
Washington be watching
everything.
this joint. What like he was catching them, but the part that won't or will be understated is the Bama's route running. He made the DB fall twice. Two separate
He got
plays, dog,
he
and
got the
got a
DB
butt
out of
naked touchdown.
Yeet.
Didn't get him out. Look, dog,
That
DB
Bama
is supposed to be the
dove
most
into
athletic,
a
best feet on the field. And he made this Bama look like a power forward out there, dog.
dog.
He gone. Come here. Ah,
Yeet.
got him. He fell face first. I've never seen a corner fall face first.
Dog, never seen it, dog. Never seen it. Then on the other side,
This the hero. Because without him on the team, Mahomes can't do that. They don't win. Like
they
what
don't win,
Gabriel Davis
dog.
did, you can insert 30 other receivers and get that result.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can't get another player in the league that could have made those two plays that Tariq Hill made, who's
That's
probably the
the
fastest
that's
player ever to play in the league.
that's the winner right there. Yeah, that Bama is yeet.
It's only one player that can do this.
Wheels,
He's the only
wheels.
one
Come
in the
here, come
league.
here. No, he just said he just got to wait. He
He's
said,
beating
"Come here."
angles. He
Yeah,
beat four
he's
different
beating that.
angles.
He beating angles, dog.
Name another
That's
receiver you've ever
that's
seen play
four.
that can do that.
That's for the 4.29, dog. That's 4.29.
Deshaun Jackson, no. Like Deshaun Jackson probably the
Not ang- he can't
closest,
he can't beat
but he can't
angles
beat
like
those
that.
angles. No, he
Yeah,
can't beat those kind
not,
of angles like that.
not them angles, dog. He could like if he catch you over the
Yeah,
head,
he running past
and then
anybody.
yeah, yeah,
But the
yeah,
angles, it's
yeah.
nobody you've
With the
ever
with the
seen in the
ball
league
in
be
his
able to
with the
do that.
ball in his hand too.
Yes.
Cause you gotta realize he got the rock in his hand. That slow you down by default. But he got yeah,
One
yeah, yeah,
angle,
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah, yeah,
angle,
yeah, 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 yeah.
three angle,
Then,
four angles,
then he then
gone.
he waved that
Every one of
58
them would have
like
had a tackle against any
yeah,
other receiver. No net
damn dog.
out there cooking.
Cooking. Y'all the
Look at
Kansas
his
City
face.
Chiefs advance. Dog, they are incensed.
I
Dog,
can't stand McDermott.
incensed. Dog,
They
and
were
Josh
celebrating the
Allen.
win. In their mind, they
Yeah,
won already.
in their mind, they won, bro.
When it
In
was
their mind,
13
they
seconds
won.
left and they scored that touchdown, in their mind
And
they
they was
won.
in the
The
fourth.
game
They
was
they
over.
Yeah. And they was balling, dog. I mean, Josh Allen was looking like a true champion out there, dog. He was making all the throws. He wasn't doing dumb stuff. Some of the stuff where he be trying to get out, he just make a dumb throw. He was
Yeah.
making smart decisions. He was trucking Bama's, dog. You could tell like he was trying to win. And he was doing everything in his power to get the W. And I thought they had the W, bro. I
It's like
thought
them
they
old Peyton
had it.
joints, dog. Where the Bama does everything he can, but the defense just don't get it done. And
Dog,
there's
I
nothing.
was
It's
like,
nothing you can do.
this man was frying. He was frying, Aaron. It's nothing you could do. 4 touchdowns, 329.
And when you lose, there's always you can always go back and look at the tape and say we should have done this differently or done that differently. This is one game where Buffalo, I don't know what they could go look at and say they could have done differently. You come up with a scheme to cover a Bama that's running look like 4-1 out there. You know what I mean? It's just different things that they got beat by a better team.
Dog, this Bama right here, dog, is might be the MJ of the football league.
Fact.
378, 3 touchdowns, 13 seconds on his own 20 something. Got it all the way. First of all, I don't know what the coverage they was doing, but like, I mean, I hate
Because
the
the semi
commentary because
prevent. Go ahead.
nah, I say I hate the commentary because hindsight always 2020. So the commentary always going to tell you what you should have done after the play get beat. Like you get beat on the play, like oh they should have went this, they should have did this. It's like dog, they rush four, and then of course Kelsey catches the 25-yard pass up the field, whatever, get them in field goal range, so they could tie it. But at the same time, it's like, do you want Mahomes just to sit back and just chill and then scan the whole field? Like it's a double-edged sword, bro. We seen what happened to teams when you try to play all
Yeah,
the way 100 prevent.
it's a
You
lose lose.
when this dude pointing his finger like that, dog, and he running, it's nothing you could do. What you gonna do? You can't let him sit back and chill because then he gonna really. And the Batman can throw the football 70 yards, flat-footed, dog. Maybe from his knees if he try hard. The Bama got a rocket too, so I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do with this man, though. As great as a game as Davis had, as great as Josh Allen played, I mean, he already got the big money, so it's not. I mean, is this just gonna be their Achilles heel, young, going forward? The Kansas City Chiefs, they can't.
But this is the thing, like Buffalo played so far above their head. Davis plays so far above his head. Can they? Is that even sustainable? Like, can they do this every year? I don't think that's the answer. Because KC's defense also played horrendous.
They
If
did,
Kansas City gets a safety, you know what I mean? Their pass rusher didn't do anything. They
their
couldn't
pass
contain
rush didn't
Josh
do
Allen.
nothing.
Like they played
They can.
the defense played terribly. So like if the Chiefs get a C performance in defense in other years, like how does Buffalo even stay in that matchup?
Dog, I'll say this though. Josh Allen is an X factor. And I would
Facts.
say, like between last game and trust me, I gotta come be all the way 100. When we get stuff wrong or we not all the way 100 on stuff, we can say it. You'll never hear the people on media backtrack or say, "Oh, I was wrong about him. I got this wrong." Like I did not see Josh Allen being what Josh Allen is, though. I knew he had some good tools. I knew the man was tall, knew he could run, but like I just didn't think he could develop into the passer that he's become. And this dude has impressed me. Last week, when the Bama's every possession they were scoring a touchdown, bro. That's the stuff that like we talk about. Like coaches need to come in with a mindset like we dominating. We don't care mud hole city, and that was a dominant performance versus the Patriots, right? Coming into this game, I knew that the Kansas City Chiefs defense wasn't what the Patriots was defense was, but I was like, oh, it's in KC, it's not at home. You don't got all, everybody rooting for you. You kind of the underdog coming in. What kind of game plan are you gonna have? Are y'all gonna look ready as a football team? All of the above, right? And they checked the boxes. They came out fourth down, and we was talking. Of course, we commentating throughout the game. Fourth down, they was going for it. I was like, these Bama's is playing Russian roulette out here. Like they playing risky, but you could tell that McDermott at least had them prepared as a game plan. Like we can't settle for field goals. At least they knew because we've seen teams play the Kansas City Chiefs before, and then Bama's kicking field goals, Bama's punting when they probably should go for it, and just they came out with a mindset, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to come at you, and we're going to use our best weapon, which is Josh Allen, and we're going to try to do everything that he can do to beat you. He's going to beat you with his legs. He's going to throw good passes, whatever. If we're going to take the underneath, we're going to go down the field and take shots. They did all of the above. I mean, versus a Kansas City defense that I felt like lacked a lot, of course, but the Kansas City defense has always been an easy big oven for the most part, dog. We accustomed to this. And Patrick Mahomes lifts them out the coffin. most of the time, right? Um, but can they sustain? Can Buffalo Bills team is got a solid defense though. They got a solid defense. I mean, trust me, you playing against Patrick Mahomes and that team, you're gonna give up points. Period. It don't matter how good your defense is, but they're a solid defense, right? Their offense is solid. I think that they're gonna be in a conversation now. Will they be able to get over the hump and beat Patrick Mahomes? I don't know about all that, but they'll at least be able to get back to this same place with the team that
Nah,
they
facts.
have. Yeah,
Facts.
they'll be able to get back. Now, what dog? The Bama had
I just think
13
there's a tier
seconds, bro.
difference. Yeah, yeah. There's just a tier difference in my eyes between those two teams still.
Uh-huh.
Like Buffalo played above their heads.
Mhm.
Josh Allen played phenomenal. He couldn't play any better. Like this Bama did against any other quarterback in the league, that's a W. You celebrating, popping champagne,
That's what I'm
locker room
saying.
crazy right now. But there's a tier difference.
Dog, how them Bamas is butt hurt right now, bro. This one of them Jones. If a Bama shed a tear and cry, I understand. Like I wouldn't even like sometimes when Bamas be crying, I'm like, dog, stop it, bro. Stop it. It's not, come on, bro. But if a Bama shed a tear off this Jones, I get it. Cause I felt
Because
like
it's your window.
you pour exactly, and you know how them windows close, bro.
They close fast. And this
Them
team
Jones
will
is like
not
a
be
youngin'
exactly
over
the
40
same
trying to
next year.
have a baby, dog. Them windows be
Stop.
closing fast, bro. I'm telling you.
and it, and there could be an issue. Like, is Diggs gonna come back? Like, because he started getting kind of weaned out of the offense at certain points during the year, and definitely in this game, it's just eh, you never know what happens in the off season. Maybe all the coaches don't come back. What if a D coordinator gets a head coaching job? It's so many factors that go into it, where people just assume, like we're assuming, oh, Buffalo will stay in it because they got the quarterback right. But you don't know that they'll come in with a Super Bowl window. Like Brady was out. You know when like people scared of him like Suge in the '90s. You could see Matt Stafford's face. They still up two scores, and Matt Stafford had Kirk Cousins' face. He's panicked like already, and you see it spread through the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So
They
it's
almost botched that
Brady's
jump,
out,
bro.
so you feel like anybody has a chance to get it this year.
Yeah.
And then this is like if you see how they play, you believe they could win the Super Bowl this year. If they get past KC,
I think
you
that's it.
assume they
Yeah.
probably going to beat Cincinnati. You're in the Super Bowl, and then you're playing against the 49ers or the
The
Rams.
49, that's what I'm
You can,
saying. You playing against the
if you play the 49ers, you can out physical them, and your offense is better than their offense.
10 times.
So, so this is a year where you could have won it and you didn't, and that never sits well with guys who play in the league, especially if some of these guys will end up not getting a ring.
Dog. But what could they do? I mean, unless you swap out corners that
It's
was
nothing
getting
they
their
could have
ankles,
done.
like I don't. It's not. They didn't even get a chance in overtime, dog. Once KC got the coin toss, it was a rap city in the basement. Them was like, yeah, we about to finish this jump, and they already kind of had the momentum. So it's a tough break. It's a tough break for the Buffalo Bills, John. Tough break for the Buffalo
Worst of the
Bills.
worst.
This is this, yeah, but this game was, I mean, from a spectator standpoint, oh my goodness, bro. This jump, you talk about entertainment value. Whew, that jump had everything. Ankles being broke, comebacks, unexpected happenings, truck sticks, Bama's getting juked out their boots, all everything, everything, everything. Uh, does enemy get a job after this?
Probably not,
That's one of the greatest tragedies, dog. Why nobody mentioning Leslie Frazier name, dog?
because they don't have to. He's old. He's not a young guy. Even though you can be old and white, you can't be old and black and get a job. That's out the window.
So yeah, this is the greatest game, dog. Scale of 1 to 10, this joint is at 11. 11.
Best
If
game
you
I've
can
ever
go
seen,
watch
and it's not even
best
close.
dog, it felt like a Super Bowl. Like it was. I don't. Matter of fact, these playoffs as a whole have been like that. Playoffs
Right?
been
How can the
been
Super
vicious.
Bowl possibly be better
It
than
can't
it
top
can't?
this.
This is probably gonna be the best game of this off
This
season. I mean,
yeah
this
yeah.
playoff season.
Yeah, they need to just stamp this game, put this joint in the history books, put a bow around it, just say greatest game ever. Like quarterback play, everything. It had everything. Running backs catching out of the backfield, running backs getting plays, running touchdown, all of the above. Anything you can think of that could happen in a football game. Maybe it wasn't a block kick in this jump, but we seen block kicks in the playoffs though. Uh, yeah, this jump. Yeah, man. Yeah, but Kansas City covered that spread though. So
3-1
uh
for the weekend.
yeah. I think I'm 2-2 for the weekend. Um yeah,
Everybody lost the
follow
Green Bay joint. Had to
yeah,
be.
everybody loves we going don't worry. Come Tuesday show, we gonna slander Aaron Rodgers. We gonna get in all that. We gonna just save it for the show. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Um, Shout out to Wiz Buffy podcast. Shout out to Kicking It with G Man, Lance J Radio, Free Agent Radio. Shout out Jenna Garcia, Sports Talk Tasha, everybody who rock with us. We out.